Hey gang, it's me, Uncle Todd here. We're going to look at episode 5 of Stranger Things this season. And it's been quite a run this season. There's only 2 more episodes left. I'm probably going to stretch out my reviews of those over the next couple of weeks so that, kind of slide right into the next season that drops on July 1st. Anyway, 11 is taken to a base out in the middle of nowhere. And it's an underground missile silo, repurposed, where we find out Dr. Brenner, Matthew Modine, survived from episode 1. And he's come up with the Nina machine, which he believes will return Elle's powers. Elle tries to escape immediately, and she's drugged and then put in the machine. And most of the machine seems to be, it's a sensory deprivation tank to begin with, but it also seems to be working on the concept of reliving past memories, to kind of help her find her way back to how she used her powers and where are they, and all that stuff. Meanwhile, Will, Mike, Jonathan, and their stoner friend are still on the run. The agent they were taking with them died, but he gave them a pen saying they needed to contact someone. After they bury him, Mike realizes that the pen must hold the information they need, and it contains a phone number. And when they call the phone number, they get a lot of noise that they all recognize as sounding exactly like from war games. They're contacting a computer. Well, they need a hacker, and there's only one hacker that they know of, Susie Poo in Utah, Dustin's girlfriend. Well, looks like they're on a road trip to Utah from California. Good luck, guys. Meanwhile, in Russia, Hopper is beaten and then thrown into a cell with his Confederate. And which we got a little bit of Hopper's backstory, how he was in Vietnam and he mixed a lot of Agent Orange and don't mind Taz. There's a moth in here somewhere, and he is on the hunt because that's the kind of guy he is. Where was it? Oh, yeah, Agent Orange. And then we get a little backstory about his prior family. He got married. He had a daughter. She got cancer and died. And he's blamed himself. And now he blames himself for the fact that Joyce is now being smuggled over the border to be turned over to KGB. And then we hear the Gorka Monster. I think that's the right name. It's been a while since I've seen the earlier episodes, but I think that's what it was called. And we know who are going to be sent in to deal with it for an experiment. Yes, indeed. Meanwhile, Max draws a bunch of pictures of the place she was in the Upside Down, and Nancy recognizes it as the Victor Creel house. So they go to the house and they start exploring. And I find a lot of weird stuff there. It affects electricity, the Upside Down does that. Can I help you? No? Okay. And they follow the path of the lights to the attic, which in the Upside Down is the part of the house Vecna resides. And he's on the hunt. But he's not after Max at this point, because she's been listening to Kate Bush continuously. Which brings us to Eddie. The basketball team has figured out One, Lucas was a member of the Hellfire Club at one point. And two, Reefer Rick was Eddie's supplier. So they head out to Reefer Rick's and they're tearing the place apart. And can't find him. Then they discover, hey, what about that boathouse out back? So they go to the boathouse and they find out he's taking the boat and he's out on the lake. So two of the basketball players go to get him back. The captain, of course. And unfortunately, Vecna's next victim, who we had seen get first contacted the previous episode. And he's killed right in front of both of them. Very nasty. And then the episode ends with Elle making another escape, knocking all the guards trying to hold her back with her mind. But it was a one-time thing. She still isn't cured. And Brimmer, who has been really pushing her hard, she actually went into cardiac arrest and they had to re-jump her heart. You know, with a clear, that thing. And he gives her a choice. She can leave or she can stay and he can help her regain her power. And the episode ends with her taking his hand and calling him Papa again. Pretty good episode. Everybody gets to do a little thing. Oh, I forgot one of the better parts of the episode. While Joyce and Murray are being transported, Joyce manages to break a jar of peanut butter, because the guy's smuggling peanut butter, and she cuts their bonds. And Murray proves that, yes, he is a black belt in karate, and they have a horrendous fight in the plane where Murray unfortunately knocks the smuggler out. And then in trying and steer the plane, the engine cuts off and they crash, presumably in the USSR. Probably my favorite sequence. It's full of humor and action and great reactions between everybody. A very good episode. I'm looking forward to the next one. Really wanting to see what happens when Hopper eventually gets put into the cell with the monster, because you know that's happening. And I am starting to wonder about the whole thing with Nancy and Robin, where Nancy may end up in a relationship with Robin. Who knows? Although there is still this chemistry attraction between her and Steve, and everybody thinks Steve should be dating Robin. It's one of the more humorous aspects, and he's not going to tell them the real reason why they're not dating, because Robin's his friend and it's not his place to out her like that. So yeah, a lot to look forward to. And and Dustin gets a little Sherlock Holmes, one of the better jokes in the series. But that's about all I have for this episode. It's really good, and things are moving to a really exciting conclusion. Please hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.